Well, hello there. It's quite early. It's about almost 7 o'clock. I'm just picking some coffee to wake me up. I woke up at 5 and slept a few hours only last night because for some reason. And I'm on my way to film this making of for group of enthusiastic filmmakers that they are doing this horror short film, and I'm quite excited because I think the best way to learn is to watch other people do and do stuff with them, and this is a very fun opportunity. I knew one of them through my training at the advertisement agency where he was a cinematographer, and every one of them is somehow very enthusiastic about making films, and they're doing this from their own pocket. It's gonna be quite short film, and it will premiere in this Cinemadrome festival with other. It's basically a horror movie. Giallo genre is the thing.
What's he doing to her?
Joe, please. I'm going completely mad.
I'm not very deep in this yet, but Giallo is basically a predecessor of slasher films from Italy, and it's usually mystery, horror, exploitation. Like, it's mix of many genres, and there is always this tongue-in-cheek factor. So I'm really excited to learn new ways to film and maybe pick some lighting techniques. I think most of the scenes will be in the dark farmhouse or outside when it's dark. So it's gonna be a long day. The others have been filming their last day and I think almost the whole night, and they will film all this day and next night probably. Usually I think in these kind of situations schedules go, but it's gonna be very interesting, and I think I'm gonna learn a lot and most importantly have fun. And I like filming making of stuff, and especially editing it, because I try to capture all those personalities there and stupid things. I don't approach making of like you have to show like this camera was used and now we film, but like show the whole vibe of the set and maybe some tidbits how effects gonna work, because this movie will have a lot of gore and blood and slime and I don't even know what else, but I think I'm gonna drink this coffee and continue. It's raining outside, hopefully it stops when I get there, and yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna vlog there much, but I'm gonna show a little bit behind the scenes and maybe sum it up in the end, so enjoy.
Yes. Todella hyvä. Yes. Loistavaa. Kiva.
So after filming the making of, it was very late and I didn't really feel like vlogging my recap of the day, but I think I learned a lot and have a lot of fun, and at the same time it was very challenging because it was so dark. Some of the scenes, the latest scenes, we filmed outside almost in the middle of the night, like 11 p.m. or something, so it was completely dark and it was quite cloudy, so we had all these big lights there, but because I was filming with the Micro Four Thirds camera, it was very challenging to get something out of it, because the whole scene outside was meant to be happening very dark, and I used mainly this lens. This is Lumix 25mm 1.7 lens, and I mainly used this because you can get so wide aperture that was almost mandatory to get some kind of footage outside and also inside the barn where we filmed, because even though there was a lot of lighting, it was still very dark, and I wanted to get those faces and what was happening there, and because the most lights were inside the scene, so they weren't towards the crew, so I think this was mandatory for that. And 25mm is very good because it was about 50mm equivalent, so I get quite wide, but I can still get quite close to subject without going to their faces. I had other lenses too, but I had one wide and one zoom lens, but the zoom lens, if you zoom in, it goes to f5.6, and that's not, it's almost dark, like almost black when you film with that inside there. So I tried it, but it's not very good. If I'm making of behind the scenes content, I approach it with almost like a documentary, so I like being very quick, so I don't have to set up anything. I have camera always ready. That's why I like zoom lenses, because I can go wide and I can go very close without moving that much, because if they are filming movie, you cannot be very close sometimes, because you will be in front of the camera, or you are obstructing the lighting, or you are just basically in the way of the people who are making the movie, because they are making the main product. I'm just helping them making their marketing or whatever better. So I have to be like fly on the wall, but still almost like I'm inside the scene. So that's very hard, but I think this lens is quite good for it. I think the better lens would be Panasonic 12-35 f2.8, I think, lens. It also has the image stabilizer, so that would be like the perfect documentary lens for your Micro Four Thirds camera if you want to use Panasonic lenses. But it really depends what kind of approach you have. You can use fixed lenses like this. You get a bit wider aperture and better depth of field, because it's harder in a Micro Four Thirds, because it's almost like a 2 times smaller than a full frame. But I like, because G4 I'm using, it's weather sealed and it's very small, but it's still kind of heavy, so you don't get a lot of that micro jitter shake even with lens without a image stabilizer. I don't mind that there is a little bit shakiness, because I feel like you are filming like behind the scenes documentary, like the audience is inside the film set, so it doesn't matter. But my point is, it was very fun. I learned a lot about filming in dark just because I had to. I had never filmed that dark before. It was very fun. The crew was so great. Everyone was having fun. They slept like 2 hours before I came there, and they continued film I don't know how long after I left, because I had to leave and I had full memory cards and whatnot. No one was complaining, everyone was having fun, everyone was very professional, even though they were doing this almost like a hobby, but everyone was very professional, and I was welcomed like I was part of them, and I really encourage you, if you have people you know doing this kind of stuff, it doesn't have to be big Hollywood movie to learn something. I learned a lot about lighting and new ways to film stuff, and it was very positive experience, and it really made me enthusiastic about making videos again more. So hope you liked some of that, and I will link the making of when it's out. I think it's after the movie has premiered, and maybe after it's premiered in other festivals, even maybe abroad, so there might be chance that you can see it. I don't want to put it before because it will spoil the plot. So see you next video and keep creating. Bye.